So, as all of you know, I spent 7 years of my career working in prison in some sort of chaplaincy role. And so obviously I came across a massive array of people. One of the most prevalent things that people would say to me when they were starting to get to grips with what had happened and what that meant for their lives is they would say things like, "Why did God bring me to prison?" That's a very interesting perspective, because I'm not sure that God was the one who stole the car. I'm not really sure that God was the one who hurt the other person, and I'm definitely sure that God didn't sell some illegal stuff. But we do that in our own lives, don't we? It was a common theme. It was a common thought across a lot of these guys that I worked with. And look, that is quite an extreme example. We look for someone or something else or even God to be the reason for our faults. But actually, we've got to be responsible for our thoughts and our words and our actions. And James is commanding us here, don't put God and evil in the same bracket. Why? Verse 13 again. Because God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he tempt anyone. God himself is not tempted. We see the devil try to tempt Jesus. The devil brings temptation, but ultimately Jesus is not tempted in the way that we are tempted to do things that are wrong and that are not of God. We see that Jesus resists that temptation. And James also tells us that when we are tempted, it's not God who is tempting us. And so in that moment, we need to make sure that we are not putting that on God. God uses trials, but God does not tempt us.